Love, peace, light, and blessings. So family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jazz. If you're one of my A1 Day 1 subscribers, shout out to you spiritual gangsters, you original souls. This is going to be a retrograde madness reading, okay? We're going to do a collective energy update. And we're going to tap in. We're going to see what's good, what's tea, with all these planets deciding to go retrograde, okay? We're going to get some guidance and some messages from the ancestors to see how we can properly be prepared for all of these retrogrades. So Pluto has been retrograde since April 27th until October 6th. Saturn just went retrograde yesterday, you guys. Granddaddy Saturn, that good old planet of karma, okay? So this should be interesting, you know what I'm saying? Saturn will be retrograde until October 11th, and then we should be expecting Mercury to be popping perks with Gemini. So Merc is getting ready to pop perks with Gemini, okay? And that will be effective May 29th until June 22nd. I figure we'll tap in. We should see what's good, what's tea, which we should be expecting per se. In regards to all these retrogrades, I personally am here for retrogrades. I typically like when the usual gets shaken up for me. I welcome change because I know that we don't grow and we don't evolve without changes. So retrogrades typically is a time to everything. So redo, reset. You know what I'm saying? Rethink, revisit, you know, and that's why so many things from the past typically come up during retrogrades, guys, because as human beings, we have what we call defense mechanisms. So we definitely do a damn good job at storing things and forgetting about it, at pushing things to the back and not trying to revisit or not trying to relive it, right? So retrogrades give us an opportunity to cleanse and to clear out the vessel, okay? The vessel can hold but so much light when there is a certain amount of darkness within. So in order to rid or eliminate the darkness, light is required. And sometimes when we revisit and we rethink and we, you know, redo and we re all this shit during retrogrades, it's a beautiful opportunity to cleanse the vessel, to purify the vessel, to be able to calibrate the vessel to hold a certain amount of light. And I told y'all before, a lot of people who are in insane asylums, a lot of people who are deemed mentally unstable, a lot of people who have epilepsy, who undergo seizures, who may be clinically diagnosed as bipolar or schizophrenic, a lot of those people are just highly spiritual beings. But typically what happens when the vessel, the body is not calibrated for the force of the mind and the soul combined, then you have what we call mental disorders. Then you have what we, you know, can witness as the vessel not being able or not being calibrated to hold a certain amount of light. So I say this to say, when things get shaken up during these retrogrades, allow the vessel to undergo whatever necessary procedures, whatever necessary steps, whatever necessary cleansing, whatever necessary ridding, you know, whatever your body is about to get ready to go through, it's for calibration purposes. So let's tap in, y'all. I'm rapping. Let's see what's good, what's tea with this retrograde madness. Okay, we got 3 planets that's about to re on our ass. I told y'all, Merc getting ready to pop perks with Gemini. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. Let's tap in, y'all. I'm blessed by reading one time for the one time. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, ascended masters. Mother God, Father God, I ask that you utilize me as a humble vessel. Fill me up with divine love, divine light, divine lessons, divine blessings, divine intuition, and divine guidance for myself and for the collective. I ask that you fill us up until we overflow mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I shake to the ancestors. I you bull to the lineage. I'm on to the originals. Let's tap in, y'all. Let's see what's good, what's tea. That felt powerful. Overall energy, retrograde madness, ancestors, what should we be expecting? What type of energies is these retrogrades bringing us as a collective? Please only take what resonates with your intuition, y'all, and leave the rest behind. Overall energy, spirit. Thank you. So we have the cosmic heart, devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. Some of you guys during this retrograde, as you rethink and as you revisit certain things, you're going to begin to realize that you may be wanting so much more out of life in this very now moment, and that's okay, right? But you are also, within the same breath, walking in a prayer that was put out into the universe some time ago. So Spirit wants us to all take several steps back and have several seats and realize that in the midst of us manifesting greater and better versions of ourselves and more abundant physical tangible things, we have to acknowledge how much of a voice that we genuinely have in this universe, because Spirit says the entire collective can contest to what I just said. It don't matter how much more that you genuinely are seeking and wanting out of life, you still walking in a prayer. It shows that you don't, your heart and your words don't fall on deaf ears in that spirit realm or in the universe. You actually have a voice, and that is symbolic of the vibration that you're cultivating, the purity of your heart. You hear me? So when I see devotion, potency, make your life a living prayer, that's exactly what's happening to the collective. As we relook at so many different facets and aspects, we're beginning to realize that we are walking in exactly what we asked for. Although we may be wanting more for ourselves, although we may be requiring better from ourselves, we are still in the midst of answered prayers. So sometimes Spirit wants us to, and when you consider retrogrades, right, to revisit all them times that you went to the altar. You know what I'm saying? That devotion, that potency that comes with the purity of your heart. That's why prayers get answered on your behalf. This has a lot to do with the spiritual bank account. And the ancestors say that spiritual bank account is your ancestral trust fund. Come on now. Your spiritual bank account, all that positive karma that we accumulate and we think that the universe don't see it, all that positive karma that we accumulate when we go out of our way and we be selfless versus selfish and we help somebody else without expecting a pat on the back. Spirit says it sees that portion of the collective that I'm speaking to. You don't expect shit back, but you do it just because. That's your devotion to your mission. That's the potency and the purity of your heart here. That vibration has a voice in the universe. And that is why no matter what prayer that we put out there, it gets answered in due time and in divine timing, it says here. So a lot of the people who have these positive spiritual bank accounts, these beautiful karmic bank accounts where all this positive karma, the ancestors said, that's your trust fund. And there's not enough physical, tangible things in this world and on this earth that can equate to your ancestral trust fund here. God damn. So those with the purity within their hearts, those who don't play the victim and go within and try to shine their own light within their own dark and balance that shit out, you got an ancestral trust fund. That's why you remain blessed. That's why every prayer that you put out there into the universe gets answered. Like I said, in due time and divine timing, because it's not on our time. Sometimes man plans and then God laughs because it's a bigger plan. It's bigger than what we can physically see here with these two eyes. And that's why they say you got one eye to see and just two eyes to look. These eyes ain't worth shit. Especially if you think that you're going to sear and peer into the spirit realm. You might as well throw these away. This has a whole veil over it. You'll never see shit, right? Let's get the cosmic heart out of the book. I feel like a lot of you guys who do great deeds and you think that it goes unnoticed, ask yourself why and how do them prayers get answered? It's because your heart sends a vibration out into the universe that you get to tap into what the ancestors said is an ancestral trust fund. Your spiritual bank account is your ancestral trust fund. A lot of us melanated beings, we unfortunately were deprived of the opportunity to have generational wealth due to the fact that our ancestors was 10, if not 20, if not 30 steps behind the white man, right? So the ancestors say, fear not. You got an ancestral trust fund. And that type of spiritual currency, there's no physical currency that can be fucked with. So some of you guys who may find yourself going through any type of financial mishaps, any type of financial misfortune, you got to understand that the reason why you still keep your head above water and you're able to stay afloat is because your ancestors gave you that ancestral trust fund. So as long as you continue to focus on the purity of your heart, that cosmic heartbeat, that when we are all on one accord, it moves with the perfect sound. When we are all on one accord, the cosmic heartbeat can finally make its music, is what Spirit says. So making your life a moving prayer is celebrating all your wins while still being in the process of striving and wanting more. Making your life a moving prayer is realizing that all you need is mustard seed faith. You really don't need to see the next step when you take it. You just got to know that there are beings, unseen energies that guide you in the midst of those places that may seem blinding, that may seem dim, that may seem dark. All we got to do is keep it checking. You know what I'm saying? Making your life a moving prayer also stands out to me that faith without works is dead. And we touched base on this in the last video. Y'all can be all these Bible thumpers and church goers and believers. You know what I'm saying? That still don't mean nothing. And I don't give a damn how solidified your faith is. God wants to see what you do with it. And that's why faith gets tested, because God wants you to put it to use and put it to work. So faith without works is dead. A lot of you guys have been in seasons where you have been solidifying and perfecting and cultivating your relationship with the Most High. And now God wants you to put your money where your mouth is. God wants to see what you're able and willing and capable of doing with that faith. How that faith moves through you and to others, right? Let's get the cosmic heart out the book. I like this energy. I feel like I just wrapped y'all up, but hey, what else is new? The cosmic heart. All right, y'all. So it says, when you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within, to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing the things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive, rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. A lot of you guys are in the process of remembering your why. Why did you get started? Why does it move you? Why does it motivate you or inspire you? Why do you see yourself doing it for the rest of your life here, collective? Remember your why, Spirit says, because as long as you hold on to your why, inspiration withers, but motivation stays, right? I can inspire you guys every reading that I post, but if there's not something burning deep down within you that keeps you motivated, that shit means absolutely nothing. So right now, the collective is undergoing this energy where your inspiration is withering on purpose. God is removing them things that inspire you, so that way you can remember your why. That way you can always fall back on what genuinely, internally drives you and motivates you. So that's why I really don't care for the term influencers, and I really don't care for the generation of millennials that are gung-ho on this influencers type of energy, because I can influence you all day, every day, but influence doesn't really move anybody. I want to be more than influential. I want to actually be more than inspirational. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be consistently motivated by whatever it is that you see within me deeply. So in the midst of everybody remembering their why, you planting that seed deeper so it can continue to grow within you, so it doesn't wither, so you can remain motivated, so you can wake up every day and actually remain hungry and remain driven. There's something that has made you forget your why here, collective, and spirit is utilizing retrograde season for us to rethink that. Literally rethink exactly what keeps us motivated, doing whatever brings our heart passion, doing whatever we feel devoted toward. So this is individualistic. Let that resonate, you know, individually. Let's get another energy here, spirit. Another energy for this retrograde madness. Hey, yo, I really fuck with that Ancestral Trust Fund. Maybe we might really name the reading that. The Ancestral Trust Fund. On some real shit, your spiritual bank account is your Ancestral Trust Fund. So we have the Chalice, Fertility. And this gives Ace of Cups energy. You know what I'm saying? The Chalice is definitely letting me know that the collective is going back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? When I see fertility, there's something within all of us that wants to come through. There's something within all of us that wants to be created, and there's something within all of us that wants to give birth. It wants to come into this world. So us as these individual human beings, we have these obligations to birth something, to create something. This is our spiritual obligation, y'all. We don't come to this world to leave it empty-handed when we leave. Beyonce said, when I leave this world, I leave no regrets. Leave something to remember so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. Your spiritual agreement to Earth, to Mother Gaia itself, is to bring something new, individualistic and unique to your energetic signature. So when I see the Chalice, this is the energy of the collective stepping into their creative seat. When I see that fertility energy, I mean, some of you guys could be bringing beautiful star seeds and indigo children. That's going to be specific to those who are expecting and pregnant, but not all of us are expecting, not all of us are pregnant, but we can impregnate the vessel or the mind or the soul with creative potential, the ability to still birth something that may not be a physical human being, but can physically change your life. You know what I'm saying? That's that fertility energy where we're stepping into these seats of realizing that something that's embedded inside of you, it may be deep, so you might gotta pull it out, but it has the potential and the energy to creatively change your life here if you allow it. If you allow it here, collective. Let's go ahead and get one more before we start to clarify. Let's get another energy. When I see that Chalice energy too, I mean, definitely I see the Cosmic Heart. I see this Ace of Cups resemblance. A lot of you guys with this retrograde will be reevaluating your relationship with the highest frequency available to man. Rethinking exactly what it is that you expect and that you require and that you want out of love in general. When I see fertility, I do see new relationships. People giving birth to that. Whether it be a new cycle with an old person or a completely new individual coming into your life here. I do think that retrograde has a little love highlight, whether we like it or not. Some of you guys will be forced to at least acknowledge, you know, what has been transpiring in that department in your love life, and, you know, maybe rethink exactly how you want to move forward or how you see yourself going forward in regards to love here. Let's get another energy for this retrograde. Another energy, please, Spirit. What else can we expect? Retrograde, Pluto, Saturn, Mercury. Energy, please, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. So we have deal with the unexpected. Treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. So a lot of you guys, this gives Tower energy. There are going to be some things that maybe you didn't fathom. Maybe some things that you couldn't see coming here. I see that tunnel energy is like going down some type of rabbit hole. I definitely feel here in the midst of us dealing with things that were not expected, things that we were not prepared for. We have to understand that if you believe, you know, there are people who see the things that you don't see coming. There are energies, whether you consider them angels, whether you consider them ancestors, whether you consider them spirit guides. These energies were put in place or assigned to you to ensure that those things that these eyes don't catch, that they do. Or they download into this one. Or, you know what I'm saying? I definitely just feel this energy of things coming your way that you did not expect. But you learning how to cope. You learning how to roll with the punches here, collective. It says, treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. Some of these things are going to be blessings in disguise, whether y'all realize it or not. Things that maybe you weren't unprepared for, you're going to begin to see just how they still serve a higher purpose and end up working out in your favor some way, somehow, no matter how unexpected it may be. Clarify the cosmic heart, devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. Clarify this cosmic heart energy, spirit. Why is the cosmic heart here? Why is the cosmic heart here, spirit? Thank you, spirit. So we have the Five of Wands. I definitely feel when it comes to prayers being answered, some of y'all be feeling interconflicted, okay? I do feel this energy here of y'all maybe feeling like y'all prayers sometimes fall on deaf ears, but that's not true. Your prayers just fall in line with divine time. That's it, that's all. So perspective is powerful, family. Y'all know how much I stress that. Sometimes things may not happen when you want them to. It might make you feel a little interconflicted, but I feel this energy of spirit always never fails, right? To show you that it happens when it needs to happen. So like I said, man plans and God laughs. It's not always about what we want and when we want it. I don't care how much of a master or magical manifester that you are. There's going to come a period of time in your spiritual journey where spirit is going to show you who's in charge. Spirit is going to show you that I want this for you then, not now. It don't mean that you're not going to get it. It's no need to be interconflicted about these prayers being answered or unanswered. It's a matter of divine timing, right? That's it, that's all. So I feel this energy of some people genuinely feeling like maybe Jesus got you waiting on the main line or some shit. I don't know. No, but it's not the case. That's why I'm able to laugh, collective, because that's not the case. You know, there's no need to feel like that. With the Five of Wands, there's no need to feel unacknowledged or unanswered or unheard whatsoever. The universe hears all, especially when your heart sings like this, especially when your heart got a purity vibration. It resonates and it hits different. Hit different. Some of y'all prayers hit different in the universe. You know what I'm saying? Clarify this chalice, fertility. What is this fertility? What is this creation? What is this birth? Clarify chalice and fertility, please, spirit. What is this? Ooh. Thank you, spirit. So we have the Fool and the High Priestess. Wow. So, two major arcanas. Sometimes the Fool does give me childlike energy. Okay, it's the very first card in the tarot, and it's symbolic of when the soul comes to this earth, how innocent that it is, right? It's symbolic of a child. Some of you guys, this is I do feel like this is your year to be a mother. When I see that, and you intuitively feel it. You know, some of the spirit babies have been coming to the Divine Feminine Collective pretty much saying, I'm ready, set to go. I've picked and I've chosen, and whenever you're ready, sis, just let me know, because I'm ready, set to go. I'm ready to take a risk. I'm ready to take a leap of faith, come into your life, and we're going to do this earth shit together. So some of the spirit babies came through in this reading to pretty much say that intuitive feeling that you've been feeling as far as motherhood being bestowed upon you here, Divine Feminine Collective, it can be sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just be being overly prepared in advance for these powerful energies that are deciding to come through. So the indigo children and the star seeds, they usually pick sacred feminines. They usually pick divine feminines, you know? And when we use the term divine, that means that you possess the ability to allow your God body to shine through, or your life force to come through, which does put you on a higher caliber of human beingness. Not everybody knows how to let their light shine, period. So it's worth being acknowledged as divine when you have perfected that art, because it's an art to let God come through you and be a humble vessel. So when I call y'all divine feminines, if you resonate with letting God use you, then you're utilizing the term correctly. The High Priestess to the Fool is pretty much telling me that some of you guys intuitively feel this energy of wanting to take a risk and just take a leap of faith. Some of you guys, your spirit is really, really urging you. Your higher self here with the High Priestess is really, really urging you to just risk it all. On what, Jazz? Your dreams, your creativity, your aspirations here. When I see the chalice and fertility, this is whatever is within you that wants to come out. It wants you to risk it all. Bet on yourself here. Trust what you feel, trust what you hear, and know that your intuition should triumph any other piece of advice, any other piece of guidance. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you to go left, but baby, if your intuition tells you to go right, you best believe that Jazz may be wrong. But the world and human beings don't trust in themselves enough to trust when that High Priestess tells you, your inner High Priestess tells you to move. You gotta listen. You got to. And you can't wait for the next person to confirm your inner High Priestess. Your inner High Priestess don't give messages to everybody for you. It gives messages to you, through you, for you, period. That's your inner High Priestess, or your inner Hierophant here, bruh. But the world has not taught us to bet on that intuition. So sometimes y'all be getting visions about all of this beautiful things that could come from you, come out of you, that you could be birthing, that you could be creating. And it's so hard for you to bet on you because the world does not formulate us to be able to do that comfortably. The world teaches us to go higher, to go outsource, to go externally validate. That's what the world genuinely teaches us, y'all. So we are in this season with retrogrades where we are learning how to bet on us, trust in us. When your spirit says move, you get the moving. When your spirit says jump, you say, baby, how high? How high we need to go this time? And you don't question it. You don't book a reading with Jazz to get validation. No, you book a reading with Jazz after the fact because you betted on yourself and you trusted in yourself, and now you coming to me with results. You know what I'm saying? Deal with the unexpected. Treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. Spirit, what is this unexpected that's coming up? I do feel like retrograde is going to just bring up a lot from the past, a lot from the present, just preparing us for the future. That's literally all that it's doing. But it's going to be some things that you probably expected to be healed, that you probably expected to be less triggering, that you probably expected to not bother you as much. But unexpectedly, I do feel like the collective is going to be triggered. It's going to be a way for you to ultimately grow. So don't run away from these triggers. Spirit wants you to deal with the unexpected. Yeah, because we got the 9 of Swords. Some of the things that that give you the most fear here. Some of the things that unfortunately give us the most anxiety here. Some of the things that we would lose sleep over, they're going to come back up. They really are. They're coming back up to allow us to shine some more light on it. Some of us have these beautiful defense mechanisms where we damn sure know how to put things to the back and distract ourselves with things that make us not focus on it. But then it just lingers in your subconscious. Then it just lives rent-free in your head, and it's taking up space, like we said in the beginning, for the calibration that's necessary for the body to hold and to receive more light. Don't dim your light here to make other people feel comfortable here. Let's really go there with ourselves. Let's tackle these unexpected fears and these anxieties and these things that live in our subconscious. And they do make you lose sleep, whether you realize it or not. And if you still sleep like a baby, it's about 2 hours of sleep that this is fucking with. You know what I'm saying? It's about 2 good hours of sleep that you could get back or that you could regain if we allow ourselves, when they do come up, to not run from the triggers, but to actually deal with the unexpected. I'm going to put another one on this 9 of Swords. What are these fears and what are these anxieties here, Spirit? What are these fears? What are these anxieties, Spirit? Unexpectedly coming up. That's really what retrograde is all about. Wow. Some of you guys are afraid, and this is crazy because we called it. We called it. I call it how I see it. Deal with the unexpected. Some of you guys are afraid of being a mom. That's one of y'all biggest fears. Either y'all don't feel financially stable with that God of Pentacles under the deck, or y'all have witnessed like single mothers struggle, or even if it was a joint household, you witnessed dad break his neck and his back, bringing home the bacon. There is a fear here collectively revolving or surrounding family dynamics, either starting a family, bringing a new blessing into the family. The Empress energy is just telling me that in regards to any creation, in regards to any birth here, in regards to anything fertile, meaning you have to take it from nothing and bring it to something, whether that actually be a spirit coming into human existence, or whether that actually be a dream coming into physical existence. You guys, there are big fears here surrounding fertility. Some of you guys are going to be mothers. This is the year for that. But here it is. Some of y'all feel underprepared. Some of y'all feel like it's going to come out of left field. It's very unexpected. So what? It's still a fucking blessing, is what Spirit is saying. Whether you've seen it coming or not does not mean that it's not meant for you or it's not meant to happen. We have to really let the universe wow us with our human experiences sometimes and stop planning so precisely. There's no room to be wowed that way, you guys. To anybody who resonates with that fear of being a mommy, there is nothing to fear here. It would not be happening if it was not meant to happen. It would not be happening if it wasn't ready for it to happen the way that it's happening. We got to trust in some unseen things here. Anybody who's afraid of just starting that business, bringing that into life, utilizing your Empress energy and your sacral chakra to create anything in general. Sis, it's time, bruh, it's time, okay? That fool is sitting here saying, what are you waiting for? Literally, you feel deep down in your soul, something is going to be successful because it's destined for you and it's meant to be here. There's no need for any more inner confliction when you trust in the universe, when you know that you have a relationship with the Most High, and when you understand that there have been assigned energies to assist you with the things that you can't see. So you got eyes all around you. If something comes out of left field, it's okay to deal with the unexpected, especially if that's some type of pregnancy here. I'm not sure why this fear is surrounding pregnancy for the Divine Feminine Collective. Maybe even the Divine Masculine Collective. Let them star seeds and them indigo children come through though. You know? I feel like a lot of y'all wombs are being activated. A lot of the sacral chakras are being upgraded. So let the body do what it do. You know, treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. Somebody here is gonna be pregnant. You're gonna be like, how the f did that happen? Yeah, we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of wands. Some of y'all gonna try to block this from happening. Some of y'all are gonna feel guarded. Some of y'all are gonna feel on defense about this because it may have been something that you just could not see coming. And it's gonna make you feel some type of way. Whatever this may be, don't block your blessings here. Because I do feel like you are going to be the only thing that stands in your way. Whether you bringing something creative into this physical world, into this physical realm, or whether you're bringing something creative, sorry y'all, I ain't know what I wanted to close with, into this physical world, into this physical realm, or actually utilizing your womb to transport a spirit into a human form. Blessings come in disguise. Blessing comes in many different shapes and forms, but you won't know unless you allow it to manifest itself. So Spirit just says, don't block your blessings here, collective. Let's go ahead and use the sacred mothers and goddesses to close out this beautiful reading. We got a lot to look forward to, it seems like. A whole lot to look forward to. I'm only going to take what resonates with my intuition, and I'm going to leave the rest. I'm gonna leave the rest for y'all, okay? James is just gonna I'm gonna take this side of the reading right here. I'm gonna leave the rest for y'all. I'm gonna take this let me take my cards out. Let me slide my cards out. These my cards right here, okay? This, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. Let's tap in, y'all. Closing message, sacred mothers and goddesses. What is the closing message for the collective? Who is guiding us through all of these retrogrades, sacred mothers and goddesses? Who has our back? Who's holding down the collective? Who's helping us? Thank you. We have the green Tara, compassion and empathy. I love it. Having compassion, being empathetic is easier said than done. Let's keep it 100, y'all. But that's what we are all being encouraged to do right now. Not only remembering how to have compassion, but also reminding ourselves how to have empathy as well. So it says the green Tara is a Buddhist goddess of compassion. She is a feminine representation of the Buddha and one of the 21 Taras born when the Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara. Y'all know I butchered that. I'm sorry to all my Buddhist followers. I did not mean to do that. The first eternal Buddha cried tears of compassion as he witnessed the suffering of humankind. Green Tara is a goddess of action, as shown by her vibrant green color, and she quickly appears when we are most in need of empathy and compassion. She is a refuge and comfort, acting to help us grow and expand into enlightenment. This is why she is known to be the savior who hears your suffering and encourages you to overcome difficulties. She is a nurturing and kind goddess who has an enlightening and interested influence on us when we seek her. Her message is practice empathy by seeing yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to see every situation from both sides. Are you an empath? Do you find yourself affected by everything that happens around you? It is a beautiful gift to feel and love in such a deep way, but it's also important to be compassionate towards yourself and protect your energy. The more clarity you have about who you are and the more you're able to accept and forgive your own shortcomings and mistakes, the more compassion you will have towards yourself and others. Don't confuse empathy with codependency. Don't get so caught up in understanding others that you excuse bad behavior. Don't allow others to mistreat you or hurt you. Connect to your inner child and heal your wounded parts. It is when you face your weaknesses and forgive and accept yourself that you begin to absolutely love yourself for who you are. When you do that, you will have true empathy and compassion for others. Remember to honor yourself and don't replace your needs with those of another. I love that message. Having compassion and empathy starts with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I can't be compassionate with you and see the blocks and the barriers between you and your own enlightenment if I ain't been there in my own journey and had to do the same damn thing with myself. That's what makes me great at what I do. I send you guys love, peace, light, and blessings. If you would like to book a personal reading with Jazz, all my information is down low in the description box below. We have candles and they're so far away. I will show y'all the revamp, but check out the website. Let me stop being, nah, I really don't feel like getting up. They're so far away. That is the revamp. So the ancestor said more metal. I need more metal, Jazz. I said, all right, let me get y'all these aluminum cans instead. There's a small piece of iron at the bottom, and if anybody knows, my masculine energy that is resonating with my met tech is the loi, or the force of nature that rules metal, iron, and all that good stuff, y'all. So I think Ogu may have been responsible for this revamp. I was told more metal. So we do now have aluminum canisters, which is, to me, brings more of the element of metal, which we tend to forget about here on this plane of existence. We still have our good old wooden wick, which brings the wooden elements, and we have our crystals, we have our herbs, we have all of the rest of the elements as a form of the entire work that gets done when you purchase from my spiritual shop. So please check out the spiritual shop. We currently have all 4 scented candles with the revamp, new labels, new packaging, you guys. Those are ready, set to go, and available to purchase. We also have Ashe It Away oil in stock. I am currently getting some more sacred sage sprays and goddess bubble bath made for you guys between the next couple of days. Just be patient with me. And also we have the melanin body butter being packaged as we speak. I'm in the midst of getting those ready, set to go. I just got to take some pictures of them and put it on the website for y'all. So to everybody who's been ordering, y'all been receiving the melanin butter samples, and like I told y'all like, Jazz, what's up with this glow? It's melanin butter, okay? That's what I've been using, and it has Irish sea moss infused into it. So that's why as women, when the skin breaks down hormonally during that luteal phase in your menstrual cycle, so we have a luteal phase and a follicular phase. The luteal phase is always going to hormonally fuck with you, okay? I swear sea moss has been saving me. It's been saving my skin. I put it in my body internally, and I put it on my body topically. Honey, the melanin is just on fleek. So I want to share that product with the collective because I would love to get y'all feedback and see if you guys have the same testimonials in regards to what sea moss is able to do for melanated beings, or just for the biggest organ that we have in general, which is our skin. Okay, I send y'all love, peace, light, and blessings. Personal reading information is in the description box. The spiritual store is back open and in stock, so feel free to check that out. I am still restocking as we speak. Please be patient with me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, you guys. Mwah, mwah.